Maltego is an open source OSINT and graphical link analysis tool for gathering and connecting information for investigative tasks. Maltego gather information from disparate data sources, automatically link and combine all information into one graph, and visually explore relationships in your data. Now, it also integrates data from public sources, OSINT, and commercial vendors and internal sources via the Maltego Transform Hub. Now, all data comes pre-packaged as transform hubs, ready to be used in investigations. Now, transforms are small pieces of code that automatically fetch data from different sources and return the result as visual entities in the desktop client. Transforms are a central element of Maltego, which enable its users to unleash the full potential of the software whilst using point and click logic to run analysis. Maltego could be used by cybersecurity investigation. It could be used by cybersecurity investigation, fraud investigation, and making a research on a person of interest. Now, Maltego comes installed in Kali Linux, but I somehow I was having issues with the install version that Kali Linux comes with, so I just remove it. Now, if you're having issues with yours also, all you have to do is you make use of this command to uninstall it. So when you run this command, you are going to uninstall the Maltego that Kali Linux comes with. So just go to your terminal now. Enter the sudo. If you are running on your Linux machine as a non-root user, then you have to make use of sudo. And now sudo apt and then forge Maltego. Now, you're running this command, you press enter. This command will proceed to get rid of Maltego from your Linux operating system. So I'm not going to do that because I have already removed it and I have installed the new Maltego. Okay, so I'll not run this command. Now, to install the Maltego, all you have to do is just run this command sudo apt install Maltego and Maltego, and then you press enter. Now this will proceed to install a fresh installation of Maltego for you. Okay, so I already have it installed, so I will not run this command. Let me clear the terminal and have a very clean slate. All right, so now you can launch Maltego two ways. You can just come to the terminal and then launch the Maltego, or you come to over the menu here and then just search for Maltego, and then you can proceed to run Maltego. Click on it to run Maltego, to launch Maltego for you, but I prefer doing everything from the terminal. So I have on my terminal, I will just enter sudo and then Maltego, and then I'll press enter. Now this enter my password. Now I'll press enter. Now this will launch Maltego for me. Alright, so if you are launching Maltego for the first time, then you need to create an account from the maltego.com website. You need to create an account and then get your the email address and the password that you used to creating the account. And then when Maltego launch for the first time, then you need to input those credentials, the email address and the password that you have used to register with on the maltego.com website. And then you initialize before the Maltego will initialize. So you need to enter the email and the password that you have used to register on the maltego.com website. And Maltego comes in two main versions. We have the premium and then we have the community edition version. Okay, so I am using the community edition version, but if you can go ahead and purchase license for the premium edition if you want to. All right, so when Maltego launches, by the right hand side, you can see we have the various transforms. We have transform hub that we use to carry out our investigation. Some they are free, while some they are commercial. So you can also proceed to install the transforms. Like I have case file entities, I have it installed. Pativa CTSC Community Edition. Okay, which is the main Maltego. Okay, so we have attack MISP, attack MISP, Okay, so I can click on details to see detail about the transform. Okay, so what does this do? It query data from MISP, 5-watt or meter attack intrusion set, technique tools, and more. Okay, so this is what this transform does. Okay, and then we have cipher trace. What does it do? You can click on the details to see detail about the transform, what it does. Cryptocurrency forensics and anti-money laundering AML intelligence. Okay, cryptocurrency forensics intelligence for providing detailed attribution, transaction risk scoring for cryptocurrency investigation and anti-money laundering compliance, cipher trace, leverage open and closed source blockchain attribution, as well as machine learning and multi-input clustering algorithms in order to visualize actionable intelligence and help comply with cryptocurrency regulations. Okay, so you can proceed if you in need of that transform. If it fits into what you are going to search for, then you can proceed to install that particular transform. And then we also have Cisco threat grid. Okay, query threat grid database of threat intelligence, dynamic analysis of 100 million samples per year. Okay, so you can go ahead and also install it. So I have some of the transforms installed, while some I didn't install some of them. Okay, and also this Cisco threat grid you have to purchase separately. Okay, so and I have fast sites DNS DB installed. Okay, so these are some of the transform I have. Shodan also, I've installed Shodan in my own. I have Shodan installed, and then I have Parastotle also is also free. You can go ahead, create account with Parastotle, get the API key, and then install it, and then set up the API key. All right, so to create to make it to search for anything, we come here over this, click on this button, and then we click on this new button. All right, so a new graph has launched, a new graph one. So, and then from there we can proceed to add an entity that we want to search for. Like for instance, I want to perform a search on my domain. I make sure that whatsoever you are searching for, you have a permission to search for it. Make sure that anything that you want to do on Maltego, then you have explicit permission to search for that particular property entity on using Maltego. Okay, so I want to make a search on my domain faisalgamma.com. So I'll just add this. Come here by the left hand side, entity palette. We have these entities that we can use to search on any particular entity. Okay, so I want to search on a domain, then I'll come here, drag it onto this new graph palette here. Okay, so after adding it to the palette, now I can proceed to modify the properties. It comes by default as pateba.com, but I'm not making a search on pateba.com. And by the right hand side, we have the property window, property view. Then we can delete. I want to change the property, the domain name. I'm not searching on pateba.com. I'm going to make use Maltego to query my domain, faisalgamma.com. So I'll just come here and then enter faisalgamma.com. And then I'll press enter. Okay, now I have the domain set up. Now I can right click on it. Now if you right click on it, now you are going to see the transforms that you have installed. So all the transforms that you have installed, you have them here. Now some people make the mistake of clicking on running all the transform on a particular entity that you want to make search on, but it's not advisable to do so. It's better to do it gradually, step by step. So I want to start with okay, so let me see all the transforms that I have, and then based on what I'm looking for, I will select and then run it on the perform a search on it. So to website, let's say I want to resolve this domain to a website using quick look. So all I have to do, I will come here and then click on this run to run it, and then see how it will resolve into a website. Okay, so so a website exists for this domain, faisalgamma.com, www.faisalgamma.com. Okay, so let me run another transform again. So let me come over again, right click, and then let me select what transform am I going to run on it. Okay, to phone numbers using search engine. Okay, to website using domain Bing. Okay, to phone numbers using from who is import to phone numbers. Okay, So let me right click again and then see the transform that I can use on this particular domain. Okay, to domain DNS to domains. Okay, now to email address from who is info. So let me run this and see what I'll be able to gather using this. Wow. Okay, so I've been able to resolve into two email addresses: alipa3top@gmail.com, compliance@unregistrar.com. Okay. Okay, so let me go over it again and see what I can run. I can run it to DNS name, to MX, to DNS name using Shodan. Okay, to email address from who is info. Okay, so to email address using search engine. Okay, all right, so let me run this to email address using search engine. And let me see what I can be able to gather as well using this particular transform. Okay, so the transform has finished running. I couldn't get anything out of it. Okay, so let me go over again and then select another transform to, let's see, to email address using email address at domain. That is, we have email address using the domain faisalgamma.com. Okay, so using search engines. Okay, so let me run that transform and see what I can be able to gather out of it. Okay, so also this transform has finished running. I couldn't fetch anything for me. Okay, so let me go over it again. Right click and then select a transform and then run the transform over it. Okay, so let me run to person using PGP. Okay, using PGP. So let me run this and see what I can be able to gather out of it. Okay, also the transform has finished run. I couldn't get anything out of it. So let me come over again, select the transform and then see what I can be able to gather out of this. Okay, to domain, find other top level domains. So I will select this and then click on run and then see what I can be able to gather using this as well. Okay, have I been able to gather? No, I haven't been able to gather anything again. So let me go back again, select a particular transform, run over it and see what I can be able to get. Find common DNS name. Okay, so to phone numbers using search engine. So let me the phone numbers using search engine. So let me run this and see what I could be able to gather using search engine. To phone numbers using search engine. Okay, still I couldn't get anything. So let me come over again, select another transform to phone numbers using okay, so to phone numbers. Okay, to phone numbers using who is info. So let me run this and see what I can be able to get. Okay, luckily I was able to get something. I was able to get two phone numbers with different country code. Okay, so I've been able to gather two numbers out of it. Okay, so let me go over again and run another trans. Okay, so let me run this to records with this host name. So let me run this and see what I can be able to gather. Okay, click okay, I accept the disclaimer. All right, so run. Okay, so I've been able to gather a lot of things out of it. I've been able to gather many things. The name servers for this particular domain, the domain, and then MX record, the mail server for this domain, and the IP address that it resolves to. Okay, and after that I can click, aside from clicking the domain, each of these entities that I was able to find using starting from the domain personalweb.com, I can come over, click on them and then see what I can be able to gather out of it. Okay, so I can just come to this email alipa3top@gmail.com. I will right click on it and then see what I can be able to get transforms I can run over it. MX from email address to DNS to DNS name from this. Okay, to email addresses PGP, the email address using search engine. Okay, so let me see what verify email address. So I can verify the email address whether it exists using SMTP. So I will click on it, run this, and see whether it exists. Okay, and I can see that it is a valid email address. It's a valid address. So if we are carrying a pen test on this domain faisalgamma.com, now we can just send a phishing email to this email saying it is valid Yeah, find something that you can use to send a phishing email, and then test to see whether the person is susceptible to phishing campaign. Okay, so even this, starting from faisalgamma.com domain, you can see the information we have been able to gather, even starting just from the domain. And because Maltego is a very powerful tool, and we can see that all these entities are related to this particular domain in one way or the other. So starting from just the domain, we'll be able to gather all this information, and then we can proceed further. Click each of them, run transform on them, and see what we'll be able to get out of it. Like this website, let's starting from this website, let's see what we'll be able to gather. Right click on it, and then run transform on it. Select a particular transform and run on it, and see what we will be able to gather out of that. Okay, so mirror external links found. What links? Where is the linking to? Let's see. External links, mirror external links found. Okay, so let's see what we'll be able to get. To server technologies, we can see the technologies that are created using this particular website. So to server technologies, let's see whether the technologies that this particular website is built with, is it a WordPress website? Is it created using any particular web technology? We are going to see is that. Okay. Okay, so we can see the various technologies that this particular website is built with. It's built with from all the it's built with WordPress. You can see Elementor, you can see WordPress. Okay, so this, and then we can come over again, right click on it, and see what particular transform that we can we can run on it. To IP address, we can click on it to IP address. Okay, so this is how we go about using Maltego. Maltego is a very powerful tool, and then make sure if you are running Maltego on anything, make sure that you have permission to run express permission to run Maltego on that particular entity, any entity that you wish to collect information on.